situations breed. Don't know what they told you, I'm a holy soldier.
Okay, so just thinking about 30 years, coming in, day out, pretty much almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
What drives you to keep that consistency all those years? Like, what motivates you? What keeps you behind your chair?
My grandma used to tell me all the time, she would say, Rick, you got to have some goals. I think having goals and having something that you haven't achieved, that keeps you moving, that keeps you going forward. Realizing you haven't apprehended, you haven't arrived, you haven't attained, you haven't achieved is motivation. So if I always keep something in front of me, it gives me the drive. Some people come to the conclusion or feel like they have arrived. I never feel like I have arrived. I always got got more to learn. The biggest room in the building is the room of improvement. And in every area of my life, I can improve. So I keep striving to reach the goal. And if I reach the goal, even if it's a short-term goal, I got long-term goals as well. So what motivates me? Just realizing I haven't apprehended, I haven't attained, I haven't achieved, I haven't gotten to the place where I ultimately want to be.
So if you're saying that at 30 years in the game, you know what I'm saying? What are some things that's possibly still in front of you? You know, some things that you're trying to achieve as, the Godfather in 30 years. Some things you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, you always want to grow. So I think for me, I always pay attention to other people. I get inspired by other people. I'm not a hater. Other people inspire me, so I can look at what they're doing. And I might say, okay, this is something I didn't think about. This is something I'm not doing. This is something I got to add. And so if I see something that they are doing that perhaps I might have wanted to do it, but just didn't have the energy at the time, so I would glean from them. So let's say I might want another shop or multiple shops. So that's something that I haven't done. I haven't acquired another shop. We haven't acquired another shop. So that could be a goal. Can we franchise? Me and Corey, 30 years. Can we franchise? We got the rubric, got the foundation, got the springboard that could be used and go set up other barbershops, other places, and let that same culture exist in these other shops. So that's something that would be a desire, an end goal, is to have other shops so you can accumulate resources without getting behind a chair, and you can make money while you're sleeping.
What's some healthy goals that you would say starting off? Like, I would say those first 5 years of barbering. What's some healthy goals? Because like you say, you're 30 years in and you're thinking about franchising. So the young barber that might be fresh, what's some that they probably could set their mind to maybe the first 5 years, something that's healthy and that's attainable.
Oh yeah. I would say save money. Like, start your retirement early. Don't wait till you get old. Start early. Start with small, again, attainable goals for a saving that you could do without having to go back into those resources, because you work for yourself. So there's not money coming out of your check for social, for savings, for retirement. Get your IRA, put X amount of dollars in your savings, your IRA, for the future. I would tell them start early. That way you can start with little, and a little can accumulate, as opposed to getting started late and then having to pour into it a whole lot, and the sacrifice become greater. So I would say start. That's something healthy you could practice. Learn how to save, and don't go get yourself, just because you starting out, you're in business, you starting out, now you're gonna get yourself in a whole bunch of debt. I would say use wisdom, have a lot of wisdom, operate from a wise perspective. I would say save. I would say take care of your body, because again, when you work for yourself, you got to show up. You don't have sick leave. You don't have workman comp, so to say. So you gotta do it yourself. So that would be my. I'll definitely push that in them. Save. That's something help to save. And don't spend everything you make.
Yeah.
Have learn finances. Learn finances. Because if you young, and let's say you just blow up and you got whole lot of money coming to you, you're gonna want to go buy something. You think that everything you see, you're gonna want to go buy. But control your wants. If you control your wants, then your needs gonna take care of themselves. Old school barber told us, and he told us, report everything. Now this don't come from everybody. He told us to report everything. And he said, report your income. And one of the things he was telling us, because when you want to go buy something, they're going to want to see, can you afford it? Most of us can't go to the car lot and buy a brand new car cash. So you're going to have to use your credit. And so they're going to see, do you have income? Show proof of your income. So if you don't have proof of your income, then you don't have nothing to show that you can afford it when it's time to go buy a house. Most of us can't buy a house cash. But if I report my income and I got everything in order, then when I go to the bank, I can got my tax return, I got everything I need to help support me in this financial decision obligation I'm trying to engage in. So I would definitely say keep your credit straight, use your money wisely, and put yourself in a position to have good credit. So when you want to buy something, you don't always have to use your cash.
How important is it to learn those type of lessons early, like as being like self-employed?
Yeah. Well, I think it's very important to learn early because again, most of us, when we get things in our hand, money and resources, we think buy. Depending on how you was raised too, If you're coming from nothing, you got an opportunity to get something, then all of a sudden, I want it, I see it, I want it. And then you get yourself in debt, you get yourself in bondage, and now you're a slave to your debt and you're not having financial freedom. So I think it's very important to educate yourself, to discipline yourself so that you could, again, my grandma tell me goals, one thing a goal does, like if the car I want, let's say I need $2,500 down, just take like with them just using this number, 25, 5,000, whatever. So now I'm trying to save to get my down payment so I can have this type of note. The goal is the car. The down payment is also a goal. So now when it's time to go party or go wild out, I got to remember the goal. The goal is the car and the down payment. So the goal kind of give me boundaries, parameters, structure in my life that I don't just be loose with my spending. It kind of give me it's give me a vision. And you got to have a vision for something, Without a vision, the people perish. Or they another interpretation or another way of saying it, they run wild and cast off all restraints without a vision. So if I don't have a vision, I'm running wild and I'm casting off all restraints, then I find myself in bondage. My vision puts me in certain parameters that I don't run wild. I'm not all over the place. If I look at my savings, my RA, and these things as a bill, then I look at it differently when I make money.
So it sounds like, it's saying tunnel vision.
Sometimes you have a tunnel vision.
Straight at what you got going on.
Yeah. I don't think tunnel vision is bad. Yeah. Tunnel vision just keeps you locked in on the ultimate goal. Like a horse, a horse that's racing, he ain't worried about what's on side him because he's focusing on the goal. And sometimes you got to lock in just like that. You lock it, but when you lock in early, there's a term called autopilot. Once a plane get off the ground, it may take a lot of power to get off the ground, but once it get off the ground, it can go on autopilot. And sometimes you're trying to get your life on autopilot. And you got to know that right now it's grind. It's taking a lot of power, a lot of discipline, a lot of energy to get off the ground. But once I get it to autopilot, then I can have more relaxation. This book, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. At the bottom of it says, each page, at the bottom of each page say, live like no one else can, or live like no one else does. So you can live like no one else does. I might not be quoting it verbatim, but it say, live like no one else. So you can live like no one else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So like in the beginning, I'm living like no one else. So in the end, I'm living like no one else.
Yeah, that's good.
Because you're in it for the long haul. And it's more like, you don't have to be like the Jones.
Yeah.
You live like no one else, so you can live like no one else. You do right now, and it might be a lot of sacrifices. Then later on, you can live like no. How you living like that? How you able to? Yeah, because early on, I live like no one else. So later on, I can live like no one else.
What's some disciplines that you have adapted in your life to like get to a point of autopilot, you know?
Not having to have everything you want, and to be able to have an itch and don't scratch it. You know, I have an itch, but I don't scratch it. A lot of things I wanted. I remember wanting Suburban one time. Yeah, I wanted Suburban before I got a house, right? I always wanted Suburban. And when I was able to get it, I just didn't get it. When I first got the shop, we didn't much have a house. I didn't have a house at the particular time. So I went across the street to just go check on a Suburban. So I went in there with some Dickies on, Dickies in a t-shirt and some slippers. And they didn't even want to talk to me. I finally somebody come talk to me, but I already knew where I was, right? I already knew where I was. The guy come calling me, you couldn't afford it? I said, man, I knew that when I came in there. And I just didn't get it. And so I buffet myself sometimes. I just buffet myself. I want something, I wait. I don't always scratch my itch. You know, we used to wear Jordans, Jumpmen in the shop. That's all we were wearing, Jordans, Jumpmen. Every pair they came out with, well, we had them. So get what? I don't have to have Jordan. I'm trying to protect my knees. I ain't trying to look good cutting out. I want my knees and my back to hold up. So those are some of the things like I just withheld myself from, and not get it. Don't have to fit in. Don't always have to fit in. And realizing that it's okay not to fit in. It's okay, like, certain jobs, you're supposed to have certain things. So I remember when it was later on, guy come to the shop, he said, I see what you and Corey doing. Y'all ain't got no nice vehicles, but y'all got nice pads. Yeah. So like, if I got to drive a S10, I'm cool with it. As long as I go lay my head down, I'm cool. So, just controlling my wants. If that's the question, just controlling my wants and not having to. I've learned from old barbers. So like Mr. Gilbert, shout out to Mr. Gilbert. People I like to shout them out. Mr. Gilbert, Mr. Ted, Webb Barbershop. You go look at these guys, these old school guys. They had shops, people working under them, and had success with them. So I was able to look at them and glean and get a model, a rubric to look at. That it's okay. Mr. Gilbert owned the shop. Everybody in there worked for Mr. Gilbert. Yeah. Okay, so the people that driving BMWs, Mr. Ted, my partner used to work at Ted's. You pull up at Ted's. I mean, they had them boys had Navigators sitting on 24s. They had BMWs, but they worked for Mr. Ted. Yeah. Mr. Ted got a truck, but yet the people that's working in Mr. Ted's shop got all the fancy cars. Got new whips and everything. So hey, I'd rather be Mr. Ted than to be. So I'm cool with being Mr. Ted, Mr. Gilbert, Big Red. I'm cool with being Big Red. I'm cool with being them.
So just talk about like longevity. That's good though. Webs on what that's government?
Yeah, right. Webs off of, they got a new shop now. It's right off of Government Eddie Robson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Red. He no longer living, but yeah.
I think Russ was going to Webs.
Uh-huh.
That's what's up. Like longevity. You know,
What
how
about it?
disciplines and adaptive mindsets like that has helped you with, you know, being in the game long. You know?
Yeah.
Because you started off young, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody started off young, and
Yeah.
like you said, y'all wanted to wear the J's.
Yeah.
You know?
And now we wear Echoes, Brooks, you know, like with them other shoes, Hokum. Yeah. Everybody looking pretty. Them boys up here, them boys be coming up here with red bottoms on. Them boys be having the J's on.
Just adapting that mindset early, you know, or even if you didn't have that was in your mindset early, but when you start realizing, like, oh, you know, this is a lasting career, and I want to build with it. This is what I'm in, and I want longevity in it. You know, just the mindset, like how when you shifted, when your mindset shifted, and how it has helped you.
I don't know if I really. You got a record, right? Your card now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know if my mindset shifted to longevity. You know, I don't know if it was a shift, but I think when I realized I could do this for provision for the family, I approached it like that. Like, this is something that I can do to take care of my family. So we went in it with the idea that, okay, I'm leaving the plant. I'm going to get my license to cut hair. I'm starting a career in cutting hair, and this is going to be it. You know, I didn't know how it was going to turn out, none of that, you know, but then because I think we was like 23 when we opened up our business, so about 30 years ago. So yeah, like 23, about 23 years old. And let's see, 23, 24. It was something like that. Because I think we kind of like might have just made a birthday because we kind of like came in December or something like that year. But I think we opened up in December, but we was going into the next year, like the next month. So like 23, 24, 23 years old, and opened up on your own business 30 something years ago. That ain't, you know, they ain't always heard of,
right.
You know, so you had to be locked in, you know. But again, we had been talking to older barbers that kind of like gave us a foundation to stand upon. But then as you mature and you grow, you realize, okay, you got to kind of like do things to keep it going. So your health is important. So you got to watch how you eat if you want certain longevity. For the barbering itself, you have to adapt, right? We created this family environment. So like, and it's just been the nature and the culture of the business. So like, if the daddy came here, the sons came here. Then if the sons came here, then their sons. We got people like, we've been cutting like their daddy.
Yeah, the grandfather.
Yeah, like their sons and their sons. And I could call some names right now. Was cutting their daddy, cutting their children, cutting their children now. So that kind of like also give you some longevity for as the clientele. Yeah. And so it's kind of like the way they raising their children. You come into this barbershop, so it just matriculates on down. As far as the keeping up with styles, and this will help a young barber. If it's fading, the only difference sometimes would be the placement of the fade. So if I come up on high ball fades, well, now they want Philly fades. All right, so I just drop the fade down. I'm still fading. So like, you know, like, remember when the Mohawks came out? So people talking about they wanted the Mohawk. I was like, a Mr. T? Who want a Mr. T? Well, you know, like, Mr. T just had But when you see mohawks, this was faded, but that's a little different. So it's still fading. It's just how and where you place in the fade. So you stay relevant by being able to, you're fading. Don't let fear come up on you. Just place the fade. You place the fade at a different spot. So you staying relevant to the culture, to the society, or to what the clients are wanting at the particular time, and you perfecting it. So you just can't be scared. You gotta take a picture, look at it, see it, and do it. So you could stay. Now you don't have to. You don't always have to be in, because like if you want to specialize in something, and that's your specialty, then you cater to your specialty, and that becomes your client. So a haircut is a haircut. You can still stay relevant if you say, I want to specialize in wave cuts. Then guess what? You just stay there. But nah, it ain't hurt you. It ain't hurt you learning everything.
Yeah, you got a market for it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any?
Did that answer the longevity, or you want me to?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Any fear at this point?
That's a great question. I would say yeah. And the fear for me is not doing what I was supposed to do when I should have been doing it. And at the end of my life, I wasn't prepared to have to let this go. And that could be all the way around, like not getting out of debt, not saving my money, not just getting rid of stuff so I could really live off of what I accumulated, what I did. So that's a fear of not being fully prepared, so you have to work hard or work even harder, to make sure you're there. What if like I said, my grandma said, the goal. If the goal is retirement, how you get there? What does retirement look like to me? Do I need the same income when I retire? Can I duplicate my income by another means and yet let go of the chair? So like, and I guess that could be a healthy fear, not a fear that torments, not a fear that demobilizes me, but a fear that makes you aggressive and keep moving toward the goal, if that's the end goal, and using wisdom and not getting yourself in certain debts that you just on your desire. And if so, having the tenacity, the humility to let it go back. If I get something and I can't afford it, come tell the people, come get it. Yeah, come get it. And no shame, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about how I'm gonna live, and where I'm at right now. I'm in I'm in a blessed position, and I try not to trick myself out of it, or let anything or anyone trick me out of it. So, if God didn't have given me this spot, this space, then it's up to me to make sure I'm doing what's right. It's like seasons. I think life is like seasons. A certain season, there's a time to plant, and there's a time to pluck up that which is planted. So like if during the time of planting, I was playing, then when it's time to pluck up or reap the harvest, I don't have no harvest. And so that could be a fear, that could be, concern that you not reaping when you should be reaping because you wasn't sowing when you should have been sowing. So it's like taking advantage of seasons and knowing what season you're in so you could operate accordingly.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Thanking them.
Oh yeah, shout out to the YouTube audience. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for viewing the content. I appreciate you. Continue to like, share, and hopefully we can continue to build, continue to give great content, continue to just share great moments, and continue to just enlarge our territory.